So from this, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to invite Eric up on stage. He's going to talk about Crosswork Network Controller, what we have in store, get your feedback. And I know this has come up a couple of times. We've had a lot of conversation about AI, and we've gotten questions, well, where is this going to show up? And one of the cool things about CNC, it will be one of our vehicles for taking a lot of our AI and AIOps capabilities and delivering it to you, and really allowing you to get more out of the things you've invested in already. So Eric, I'll hand things off to you.
Thank you, Omar. Good morning, everyone. I must say it's a challenge to present after the very nice presentation we just have. So now we are really going down to earth and see what we do today, what exists today. You will see some of the tools that were mentioned during the previous presentation. And you will see also, we will discuss also about the roadmap, what we have in mind, and how we will not reach autonomous networks soon, but at least we want to take that path and provide the right techniques to do so. I'm Eric Ortheau. I'm a product manager in the automation group for service providers. And today, so we are going to discuss about the CNC, the Crosswork Network Controller. I will give you an update, and we'll discuss about the roadmap. So in terms of agenda, I would like to go first a little bit about CNC itself. Just a quick recap. I think not everyone in the room is familiar with what CNC does today. So we'll go over this. What's new in CNC 7.0, which is our next release, which is expected in August this year. And I will focus on some of the new features around the EMS capabilities, the service health that were mentioned earlier, sustainability that we discussed yesterday. And then we'll go into the strategic directions and the roadmap. So just to position CNC in the complete orchestration architecture, if you want. CNC is a blue box on the left, and it's really our IP SDN controller, managing multi-vendor, multi-domain IP networks, packet networks, and we have also an optical controller, which can take care of the optical infrastructure. On top of this, we can find our hierarchical controller, HCO, which can discuss and get information from and control the two domain controllers. If we drill down into CNC, and I apologize, I have no pointer, so I will try to show with my finger. So the Crosswork Network Controller is this big box with multiple features, multiple components, if you want. I mentioned earlier the element management. We'll go back to this element management piece, which is that we are improving over and over, just to make sure that you can manage basic device functions like fault, performance, software upgrades directly from the controller. When we started CNC, the goal was to provide something where we could do service and transport provisioning, intent-based service provisioning. We are using NSO. NSO is embedded into CNC, and we support the NSO model, if you want, and we provide some predefined, ready-to-use models for layer 2 VPN, layer 3 VPN, SRT, SRv6, and so on and so forth. And once we provision those services, we want to provide visualization, meaning we want you to be able to see your service on a map. You should be able to drill down into the service details. What are the components? What are the characteristics of a given service? We do it for the slice as well. And recently, and we will come back on this, we started to add the service assurance piece to the service definition. So what we call service health, that will allow us to monitor the service all the time and to provide root cause analysis and things like that. This is a service assurance piece that you see at the bottom. We complete the service monitoring by itself with probing. Could be external probing like Accedian or internal probing like Y1731 or SRPM, if you are in the Cisco world. A key component as well is the network optimization. So we have this piece called COE, Optimization Engine, which talks to the PC, to the path compute engine, and so that we can optimize the network in real time. So we'll come back on this as well. The COE, Optimization Engine, is the first use case, or one of the use cases for closed-loop automation. We keep receiving information from the network using a BGPLS typically, and we are going to, the COE, the Optimization Engine, or the PC are going to make decisions to reroute traffic, to create new paths, and things like that. We do congestion mitigation and things like that. Moving forward, we want to add more and more closed-loop scenarios in the product. And why? Because we get a lot of information. We have all the topology. We get all those KPIs. We got all those faults coming from the network, all the BGPLS updates. And thanks to all this information, we should be able to make a smart decision, or at least to give some recommendation to the network operator to make smart decision. Of course, all this comes with a set of APIs. So if you want to integrate the Crosswork Network Controller into the larger OSS system, you can do it as well. We have a session. After this session, one of the breakout will be around those APIs if you want to have more details. So, sorry, a very busy slide. What's new in CNC 7.0? Before I go to the new piece, which should be in purple. I hope it's purple on this side. Just very quickly what we do, what I already mentioned, I guess, starting from the top left. So provisioning for slices, for services, for transport, visualization for the same. If you were here yesterday, we are adding sustainability KPIs as well. Service health monitoring, we'll come back on this, but the idea is to be able to monitor the service KPIs and sub-component KPIs as well. Device management function, I mentioned a few of them. We'll go back to that. RON for routed optical network support, programmable closed-loop automation, transport slicing, and real-time network optimization. If I want to go quickly on what CNC can do. And of course, it comes with a platform with common services, where we start providing geo redundancy, dual stack support. What we are going to introduce in 7.0 is what we call a single VM, so a lightweight version of CNC running on a single VM. In 7.0, it will be for EMS, so for device management function only. In 7.1, next year, we'll have a complete CNC on one VM for small networks. A few new features that are coming in 7.0 as well. So the purple ones, so the support for large layer 3 VPN. We have customers with very, very large layer 3 VPN. Think about mobile backhaul. Usually those guys are very, very large layer 3 VPN, so we had the need to support this. So not only from a provisioning, but also from a visualization perspective. I already mentioned the energy dashboard, energy KPI that we are going to introduce as a proof of concept. First, service health monitoring, we are introducing what we call historical trending, so making sure you can graph KPIs over time. Support for layer 2 VPN over circuit style. Very quickly, circuit style is a specific flavor of segment routing, where you have bandwidth guaranteed SRT policies. And you will see a name like PLE, private line emulation, which is a new type of service that we offer over those circuit style policies. Yeah, and we'll go into the details of device management function for CNC 7.0. So let's focus a little bit about those new device management functions. Well, actually, they are not really new. But they were missing in CNC. We used to have them in EPNM, in our EMS, NMS system, but they were missing in CNC, which was an issue for customers. They wanted to be able to manage their devices, their inventory, their software upgrade directly from the controller. So that's what we are adding in 7.0. So once again, if I start from the left and from the bottom left, we are introducing more device fault management. So making sure that we can collect traps, syslogs, and alarms from the device, provide the right API on top of this, display the status on the map, which is obvious, but that was missing, and giving you some capabilities to manage the life cycle of the alarm. So being able to acknowledge, unacknowledge, put notes, and so on. Device inventory management. Inventory is a key activity. It seems maybe a little bit stupid, but that's really, you need full visibility on your network, on your interfaces, on your PSU, on your line cards, and so on. Transceiver. So that's what we are doing in the inventory piece. Sometimes we call it deep inventory because we try to really collect all the information from the network. And that's really critical. So we provide inventory visualization. We provide also zero-touch provisioning. This is not new. This has been around for some time now. But the combination of the two is quite interesting. We improve also the device image and config management. So now you can start doing what we call SWIM using CNC. I think there was yesterday or the day before some presentation around the router mesh kit. So we are going to go even further with fleet upgrade and some more advanced scenarios around image management. And last but not least, performance management. So being able to collect KPIs at any level, could be device, pluggables, and so on, setting thresholds, providing historical view of this. And of course, once again, providing some APIs to access to the data so that you can integrate with a larger system. Going back very quickly to the inventory, so just to show a few screenshots of what it looks like. So from a device, you can expand the device in a tree and see the components. You see the status of the component. You get the details, the serial number, the product ID, the state of the component. So we try to collect a lot of useful information for you. And display this CNC interface. Same for fault management. So now you have one unified view of all the device fault coming into the system. You can click on an alarm to get more details. And then we have a few settings to manage how you want to collect, keep the alarms, purge the alarms. The idea is to have really a network-wide alarm event visualization. And I did not mention, but yeah, we display the alarm status on the map as well. Performance management, once again, no big revolution if you want, but once again, this is all in the same place, in the same product. And as I mentioned earlier, it will come in as a single VM pretty soon. So it's really a very nice solution where you can do all your device management and as well as service provisioning and network optimization in the same solution. The idea here is really to be able to collect any kind of KPIs at a device level, to collect them, to store them, to be able to display them on the map and on the small reports or dashboards. Last but not least, I wanted to mention, so I'm not going to mention all the features at that stage, but I just wanted to mention quickly the SWIM. So SWIM stands for Software and Image Management. So what we did in CNC 7.0 is that we give you the opportunity to be able to upgrade your devices. Could be XR, XC today. You can do it on demand. You can schedule the upgrade. We can manage the smooth upgrades and so on and so forth. So quite some good capabilities to upgrade your Cisco routers in that case. Changing topic, let's discuss a little bit about service health. Service health is not new. It has been around for some time. Very quickly, I will explain how it works. When we define a service, so it's a service model, it's an NSO service model, we are going to define which sub-component we want to monitor, how we want to monitor them, what could be the state, what should be the right state, the normal state, what could be the issue, what could be the symptoms, and what could be the resolution, the potential resolution. Once you provision your service, we are going to start monitoring all those sub-components, and we are going to build this assurance graph that you see in the middle, where you can see all those sub-components, and for each of them, you will see the state. You can click on one of those sub-components, typically one which is in degraded state, and it will give you the potential cause, potential symptoms, and what should you do to fix the issue. If you remember Paola's presentation yesterday, she showed that in more details. You can go back in the past, so you can check if this issue has been around for some time, and then that should help you to fix or to at least to understand where the issue could be. We leverage one technique. This is not the only one, but Cisco has this SRPM framework where you can do end-to-end measurements, so latency, jitter, loss. It's based on TWAMP, so it can use TWAMP receiver, if you want, any kind of TWAMP receiver, and it will provide latency jitter loss at different levels. It can be at the link level, it can be at the SR policy level, or it can be between two IP endpoints if you want. So that's what we try to summarize. We do it at the link level today. So that's quite useful to know what's the latency and jitter and loss for a given link. And this is going to feed the IGP, by the way. So the COE, the optimization engine, will be able also to use this latency information to provide or to compute low latency paths, typically. So it's not only a matter of service assurance in that case, it's really a closed loop, a complete closed loop for low latency solution. You can do the same as a policy level, so you can monitor your SRT policy for link level, for latency, jitter, and loss as well. If we want to go one step further, we have developed an integration with the Accedian probing system, so that our CNC, which is in the middle, can talk directly to the to the Accedian controller, and to manage end-to-end probes creation and end-to-end probes data collection. So once again, it's a closed loop where you define your service in CNC. The CNC is going to drive the Accedian controller for end-to-end probing, and the Accedian controller is going to send back the data to the CNC, and you will get access to those data into the assurance graph, just like as I showed before. Changing another time of topic, so that's something we discussed yesterday, so I will go pretty fast on it. We are in 7.0, we are introducing this energy management POC. So if you remember, we want to do this blue, and if you remember from yesterday, there is a green box, which is our next goal. So in the blue box, we want to be able to collect KPIs, technical KPIs from the routers, present those KPIs at the device level, network level, and eventually at the service level. We want to show those KPIs over time, and we want to be able to detect anomalies. If you remember, what we get from the device are technical KPIs. We still need to correlate those technical KPIs with external information like carbon footprint, energy cost. so that we have a complete view of what we consume. Moving forward, what we want to do is to be able to optimize the network using the same exact KPIs and to make decisions based on what's going on in the network. And decision could be to reroute traffic, could be to shut down a useless component, or to change power or performance mode. So just a few examples. Once again, we are using the same interface, the CNC interface, to show those KPIs. You can see them on the map. You can see them directly in the topology. You can get access to the KPIs. If you remember yesterday's demo, we are showing them over time. And the next step will be also to provide advanced dashboard for those KPIs. I'm not going to go into too many details of the roadmap. 7.0, we have this POC with a number of KPIs that we can collect, thresholds. 7.1, so next year, 2025, we want to make it a real product, a real solution. We welcome your feedback, by the way, if you have any feedback, something you would like to see in the solution for energy management on CNC, on the controller, feel free to come to us. And then on the roadmap, we have a few topics like optimization, more visibility. In the previous presentation, we discussed about trending, forecasting, which are really critical as well for this activity. So let's discuss a little bit about where we want to go. We could probably spend all day long to discuss about strategic direction, so I will try to do it in 3 or 4 minutes. So it's maybe a little bit complex, or at least a busy slide for sure. So I will try to make it simple, let's say. Basically, we have four main technical initiatives that we see that will come that will become really predominant in the next year or 2 years. SRv6, we see a lot of traction around SRv6, and we want to deliver the best controller for SRv6, definitely. RON, Routed Optical Networking, is a new networking architecture, which is very promising as well. We start to sell the transceiver, but now the next step will be really to deliver a new type of services on top of RON. Transport slicing, so sometimes we call it 5G, 6G, which is a little bit ambitious because we don't do the 5G, 6G end-to-end. We do, but where Cisco is really strong is in the transport piece, the transport slicing piece. And we try to have a good solution in that area as well. And Metro Edge, which is a new architecture to deliver services at the edge. So that will come with new devices, new ways to deliver services through a device fabric. So a lot of innovation as well in that area. And of course, what I did not mention on that slide is that we still have our regular layer 2, layer 3 VPN, QoS, segment routings, SRv6 standard. For all those domains, basically you can think about making sure we do the right device management, the right service lifecycle management, the right automated assurance, and we start to, or we enhance or improve the closed-loop automation scenarios. Of course, the platform itself is going to evolve as well. I mentioned the single VM CNC in 7.1, which will be a reality, even if it's not fully committed yet, but that should come. And we are going to improve the scaling, the RBAC, and things like that. That's a platform thing. From a device management, we want to make sure that typically for the Metro Edge, we can manage not only a device, but a fabric. And typically when we do service provisioning, we want to make sure that we can provision the service from a fabric standpoint, not only from a device. If I stay on the Metro Edge column, with Metro Edge, we are going to Cisco is revisiting some technologies like routed PON, PON, BNG. So you will see we are going to bring back PON management and BNG into CNC. That includes assurance. For slicing, we have a few gaps around QoS management, around synchronization management that we want to fix. For RON, as I mentioned, we are going to see more and more new services like PLE. So once again, when we speak about service, we speak about provisioning, and we speak about assurance. So in any case, we need to improve the two. In terms of closed-loop automation, we want to focus on closed-loop remediation. Once again, we have all the information that we need, or we have a lot of information that we can leverage and take action, or at least give recommendation. Coordinated maintenance is a use case on which we are working as well as we speak. We discussed about sustainability yesterday, so once again, this is a domain where we can really do a lot in terms of solution. So, as a last slide, very quickly, just to give you a glimpse of the roadmap as we speak. Nothing is committed. I have a usual disclaimer somewhere that even if I told you something today, maybe it will be not true in tomorrow. So you have to check with us what we are going to deliver actually. But typically we want to do 7.1 probably first half calendar year 25. We want to make sure that we enhance this Metro Edge solution. We do the SRv6 controllers that we do support SRv6 today, but we want to improve the solution. So we are going to spend some time the energy solution, energy management solution, the fleet upgrade. So maybe some of the new scenarios with the Crosswork workflow engine that will be integrated with CNC. And then moving forward, everything that I mentioned earlier. So you will see more element management function. You will see more energy savings or energy management solution, and so on and so forth. And of course, in 2026, we expect to have a lot more of AI ML scenarios, closed loop, better closed loop scenarios, predictive traffic analysis, the advisory and recommendation engine and things like that. So we have a lot of ideas for 2026. Once again, feel free to come to us and share your feedback or your expectations for the controller. So as a conclusion, once again, CNC 7.0 is really our unified controller for IP transport, including service provisioning, network optimization, device management, service assurance, network optimization. We start with this single VM EMS, if you want, in 7.0 for small networks, so that at least you don't have to deploy a large infrastructure to start playing with the controller. And then we have a roadmap where we want to integrate more and more AI ML, more and more analytics. We want to integrate with a workflow manager that you saw yesterday, I believe, and because this is going to open a lot of use cases. And of course, as I just explained, we are going to continue to align with the Cisco main initiative like SRv6, RON, 5G, transport slicing, and Metro Edge. This is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope it was useful. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. So one question for you. This is a bit of a loaded question because I know the answer, but we get this a lot. So is this a Cisco-only thing? Does this work across multiple vendors? What's the deal here?
Thanks for the question, Omar. Yeah, I think I mentioned it at the beginning, but yeah, CNC is a multi-vendor, multi-domain solution. So we support multi-vendor.
So all these things we talked about, the service health,
absolutely,
insurance,
absolutely.
all these things,
yeah, exactly.
make what you're running. Cool, good to know. Thank you, Eric. I'm gonna steal this.